Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up next, we've got what should be a good one between the Denver Broncos and the Indianapolis Colts. With that, let's get on up to Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. For the call, we bring in our broadcasters, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They come into this one 0-6 on the year, and really it's sort of just been one thing after another.
Coupled with they don't start very fast. The first quarter's really been an issue for them. They've got to learn to get out of the gates quicker in order to try and win some games.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they've been playing well, really well. Winners of 5 of their last 7, but losers last time out. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the rookie, the 6th overall pick back in April out of Duke, and that's Daniel Jones.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards right off the bat. And a quick first down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Jones into the hands of his receiver Anderson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So the same tandem connecting on back-to-back throws to start the game.
And maybe throwing the scouting report off just a little bit. That's not exactly what they think is going to be their #1 receiver, but he's producing already early in this game.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line.
4 down, go.
LaShawn McCoy, the 31-year-old running back, his first carry. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. That opening drive rhythm continues right into play number 3.
Whatever they decided that they wanted to run before the game, it's working pretty well for them right now. Moving the ball downfield at a nice rate. And guess what? I think the chain crew might have to get a little oxygen over there. They have to keep moving downfield with first downs on each play.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. And we look now at the offense for Indianapolis.
And I think we'll see a renewed sense of urgency out of this team this week because they have to make sure they don't waste this homestand. They had a home game last week, lost it. Now they've got the 2nd straight. They've got to take advantage of it, get a win before they head out on the road.
Well, he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. LaShawn McCoy, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So now here are the Broncos for their first drive of the game. They'll be led out by the former Mississippi State product, the mobile quarterback, Dak Prescott. They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Now Leonard Fournette. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Third and short yardage. Prescott. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. The 6th season in Denver now for Emmanuel Sanders after those 4 years in Pittsburgh. And you may recall Sanders tore his Achilles December 5th last year in practice. But before the injury, he was on his way to another 1,000-yard season. Would have been his 4th in his first 5 years in a Bronco uniform. And now at 32 years of age as he tries to return to full speed. A first down throw for Prescott. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. And let's look quickly here at the Denver offense.
The poster child for late bloomers is wide receiver Adam Thielen. Well documented that he came out of football-powered Minnesota State to become a starting receiver in the NFL. Over 200 catches in the last 2 seasons. This is a young man who knows how to get open. And one of the things his college coach told me that really makes his game special, he has a great sense of awareness of where everyone is on the field. Every time he catches the ball, allows him to react and gain extra yardage.
And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Third and long for Prescott. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
We call that sack.
He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Back deep, Golden Tate. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice and it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room and pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Give these traps. Let's go.
They'll run it with McCoy. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
Jones on 3rd down. He is going to find Hill here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
60-or.
First down.
I smell fear in that offense.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
This is Corey Clement, the 3rd-year back from Wisconsin. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Sean Lee.
51, Mike. Mike, 51.
Gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and 1.
They'll keep it on the ground with McCoy this time. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
70, Indy.
Gain of 4 yards.
Here we go.
And the Colts, first down.
And they'll keep it on the ground with McCoy. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Down by Trevor Williams. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 39-yard line. Jones pass.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Now Jones from the gun, he'll throw. And that is incomplete.
Jones pass. Intended for Scott Miller. Incomplete.
You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Mike 52, Mike 52. It's a party now. It's a party now.
7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 40-yard line.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
48-yard line. A gain of 12. 1st down, Denver.
Mike 52. Rip right, rip right.
26.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down.
First down, Broncos.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Here we go.
52. Come on, the ball. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
26.
Here's a quick throw to Thielen. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. There are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
26.
On the draw, this is Fournette. Call it an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd down. They need to get this to the 24 on third down.
And it brings up third down.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He hits Blue.
That's it, baby.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On for the field goal. A 44-yard attempt.
And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. This is McCoy. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Kristen Brown on the tackle. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second.
On 2nd and a couple. Jones. They'll find Miller. That's complete.
Let's go, boys.
Ready. 30 base.
That's good for the Colts. First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
50, plant.
Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl.
Hit it.
Now a 1st down carry here for McCoy. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Here's Jones on 1st down. Got an open man. It's Fumagalli. And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
We got 3 down.
On 1st down, Jones. It's complete. It's Miller. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. Jones now 7 of 10 here in this 1st half. And he's got a 1st and 10. Give him 9 yards on the carry there. A good run. And now 2nd and goal. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll run with Clement. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Defense wins championships, baby.
Jones now gonna throw on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Josh Hill, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told, and it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line.
Richie James on the
Keep playing hard.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10. At their own
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Michael Bennett, the former Texas A&M Aggie, dropping the hammer.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
The screen does get them 9, but it also brings up a 4th down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Here comes LaShawn McCoy as he trots back out there now. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. A big play there. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Jones. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The tight end, Josh Hill, was the target. And now it's 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Jones going to throw again. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Janoris Jenkins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 18-yard line.
They'll throw out wide, complete to Sanders.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
Fighting to stay on his feet past midfield. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Broncos 1st down.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins.
52's the mic. 52's the mic.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Out of the pistol, it's Fournette.
Get there.
Number 27, Leonard Fournette.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field. They're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play. Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. Good field position to start the drive after the missed field goal. Here's 1st down from the 42. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the 1st down run. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Throwing, Jones. They complete it to Hill. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be second down.
70.
And the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, T.
2nd and 10. He finds McCoy.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. From the gun, it's Clement. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Set, ready? 8-3.
I'm coming for you.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Now Jones throwing on 1st down. He's got his man. This is Tate. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Ready?
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Here's Jones from the gun on 3rd down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
Leonard Fournette making his way back out there. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Prescott to throw it. And finding the tight end Hooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
On 1st down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Now Prescott, and he fires one incomplete. The running back, Leonard Fournette, his intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Prescott again. Got an open man, Keelan Cole. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 32-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Prescott. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the 1st. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Prescott yet again. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And down inside the 15 he goes. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Looking to throw. Prescott. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. Here's Prescott, and this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Adam Thielen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. Parkey with the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 25 yards there on the catch and run. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, If you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
First down, Prescott. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
Here we go. Here we go.
That's a first down and then some, a 32-yard pickup. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. And again, it's Prescott. And he whips that one incomplete there. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. But it'll be second down. On second down, here's Fournette. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw is Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete. Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And Parkey's kick is good. And that cuts into the deficit. It's now 20-10. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
So here are the Colts to take over. Remember, right now they are on a 6-game losing streak, trying to snap that. And a good sign is they've got the lead in the football. They'll start on the ground with McCoy. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now Jones. Open man here is Gentry. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. The catch made by Miller. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jones. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Roughing the passer, defense.
So that one will be accepted. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Jones now operating from the gun. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Off play action. Jones. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Robert Quinn in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Now 3rd down.
58's the money. 58's the money. He can't hang.
Jones throwing on 3rd and long. This for his running back, McCoy. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Now Prescott. He gets it complete to Harris. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Prescott. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Prescott now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Prescott now. He's got Hooper on the short connection. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. To the air again, Prescott. And his throw here's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing, Prescott. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert.
They're not ready for this.
Prescott on first down. It's brought in by Harris. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now pass complete here to Sanders. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Prescott to throw it. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here now, a look at LaShawn McCoy. We've seen him be good so far. He's hoping to continue that trend here in quarter number 3.
And typically when you see guys running it this well, they see the game in slow motion, don't they? They see the cuts happen. They see the block.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And his first throw since coming in is incomplete. Held the intended receiver once again. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
3rd down and 17.
Off play action, it's Rippon. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Rippon's pass intended for Robbie Anderson.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
On the return, it's James. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys.
He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Foul, roughing the passer, defense.
I think you'd agree that looked like the right call from up here.
No doubt about it. What everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they're usually spot on.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. He hits blue. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. So 2nd in inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. Prescott. And finding the tight end Hooper. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 12 yards there and a 1st down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Looking to throw, Prescott. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Now a run. This is Alfred Blue. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal. Now Prescott. The quick slant caught, and he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Dez Bryant. His 1st touchdown on the year as his guys are back within a single score.
Okay, I know it's an old line, but it still applies here. The fat lady has not sung yet. She may be warming up, but she hasn't sung yet. There's still an opportunity.
Now Parkey for the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6.
Makes the score Colts 23.
A drive that time of 6 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Do it.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Jesus, second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Colts on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8. They will throw on 3rd down with Rippon. And that will be incomplete.
Rippon's pass intended for LaShawn McCoy.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
He wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Tried to go back again to Adam Thielen. That'll bring up 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Here's Prescott. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. The 330-pounder Al Woods brings the boom on the sack. The Broncos on third down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 16. To throw is Prescott. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They were trying to erase that deficit in one play.
They certainly were, but how about the reaction time and the instincts back deep to force the incompletion? We might need to mark this one down. We may look back and say, that was a game-saving play.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Up to make the stop, the Texans' leading tackler a year ago, Zach Cunningham. On 2nd and 7, Jones. He completes it to Tate. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here. If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off. And I think that's going to go down as no gain, but that doesn't seem fair for the effort that was presented on that play. That should go down as a loss. I know, I'm a defensive guy, but you got to like the play that was made.
He made a lot of those plays last week. He was AFC Defensive Player of the Week, picking up where he left off. And Denver getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. Complete to Bryant. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 12 yards there and a 1st down. 1st down, Prescott. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it up, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. He's going to float this one deep right side, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Here comes LaShawn McCoy as he trots back out there now. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on our side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments. And you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
Mike 51. Come on, first down.
Go.
Now Jones on 1st and 10. Going to go to Clement here out of the backfield. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Now McCoy. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Ready?
Here's Jones off the play fake. And he's got Miller. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They go back to the ground with McCoy. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
From the gun, Jones. He's got his man. This is Tate. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Now Jones. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 27-yard line. Jones heading up here 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
At the 24-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's a give to McCoy. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield.
Holding.
Let's get the call.
Got it.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready. 8 read.
Double dog. That's the way. Undercrush.
Ready.
They go now to McCoy. He's seen a ton of action this afternoon. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Hopkins' kick is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Get ready.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Prescott urging his guys to go quickly. They need to get up and set. To try again after the sack. Prescott. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Michael Bennett in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Prescott to throw on fourth. Able to find Harris, complete. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Prescott now. He gets it complete to Harris. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for the Colts, it's a win that was long overdue as they move to 1-6 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.